Hello and welcome everyone, this is Budcast episode 15. Here again is Steve Bud, myself, and Mr. Blackbud is joining me tonight.
Howdy there, folks. And tonight we got an excellent match for you guys between Space Hulk over here in the west with his Force Commander, which he's very well known for, as is HamDuck in the east with his Apothecary. So this is going to be a cool mirror match here.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty pumped.
Yeah, man, Space Marine mirror, I mean, generally you kind of think, oh, that's going to be boring, but given the kind of caliber of these two players, I'm really expecting a great match. Not very many mistakes. Both of them are so good, and I'm really pumped to kind of see who can kind of pull out the edge with the Force Commander and Apothecary matchup here.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm ready to get started, so let's hit this.
All right, I'm at 5 seconds. Starting 3, 2, 1, go. All right. Both players starting out with the standard kind of tactical Space Marine first choice for squad, which I don't blame them. I mean, going Scouties maybe in this matchup maybe not be that great of an idea.
Yeah, there's some fun stuff you can do with that triple scout start that exploits map control against an opponent going TAC Marines first, but generally the safe choice is with the TAC Marines.
Yeah, I mean, especially going like Apothecary, the first tactical Space Marine squad is really, really important. You can get in there and melee like your opponent's tax and have a huge advantage because that Apothecary heal right in the beginning of the match is a really big deal, and it makes the survivability of those tax just like amazing.
Yeah, and especially in SM mirrors where every model is worth its weight in gold, that heal is going to be a big advantage in these earlier fights over this Force Commander.
Yeah, I mean the Force Commander is good, and he'll probably get some like good power fist and hammer action later on, but here in Tier 1, without any weapons, he's not going to be that great.
Yeah, we've got our first engagement coming out here, and we've got HamDuck charging his tax into Space Hulk's stack. Great move there, and you also see how his Apothecary is sitting out of the battle towards the back in the beginning to prevent focus fire. Yeah. Great positional play by him.
Yeah, as soon as he gets his tax into melee, he can kind of approach, since the other tax can't really shoot. And he just needs to actually have that Apothecary in the fray as well, so he can get that little heal over time buff around his own tax, as well as the heal.
And we've got the game of inches going on here, and it looks like HamDuck came out on top because he didn't lose a single model there, was able to get a second heal off on his tax and force the retreat. Yeah. Great engagement from him, and that's going to secure him a solid early game advantage.
Yeah, and it looks like down here in the bottom, Space Hulk is going to have to push off these scouts pretty soon if something doesn't happen. Kind of a little stalemate, but yeah, so not looking too good. Space Hulk did manage to push off this Apothecary, but he won't be off the field very long.
And more importantly, that Force Commander can't do anything about these attacks in that building, especially with this Devastator support coming up. And I wonder, is he just going to throw that in the building?
Yeah, I would definitely recommend it, man. That building is amazing. It can cover like such a huge arc from the top of this kind of middle VP all the way like towards the bottom and covering part of his natural. So if he can keep it in there for a while, he can really play defensively and really not have to worry about too much.
Yeah, and the best part about it is what you can see here. That Force Commander can't go anywhere near those attacks because they'll simply just walk back into the Devastator arc.
Yeah, I mean, given that the Force Commander even has so much more survivability with that Iron Halo, like you said, he can't really do much, but he can stop this attack from kind of getting a cap right away. Maybe until his forces get back. Let's see.
Yeah, we'll have to see how it goes out.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, we've got Space Hulk's tax going south to force off HamDuck's scouts.
Yeah, decapping the HamDuck's victory point there. And it looks like he might be going for a power harass. Yeah, he's going for the flamer. So he's going to try and snipe a gen, maybe a node. Let's see if he can do it.
And that's a great move. I mean, you see your opponent is committed to putting a Devastator in a building. There's no way it'll be able to rotate in time. He's betting on a quick gen harass, and it looks like he's going to be able to get it.
Yeah, he's going to get that gen. Yeah, he's got it, and his Force Commander can back up his tax and push off HamDuck's there. I mean, he's has a lot of squads kind of focused up top, getting map control back, so there's not really much to back up HamDuck's tax.
Yeah, but here we see the Devastator repositioning, and that'll be able to cover this node. So he may be able to get the node. Looks like he'll get it, but not much more.
See that Force Commander going to get stopped? Yeah, he does.
We got ASMs out for HamDuck, so a 1-1-1-1 from him. And I always love seeing that, just being able to play with all the tools that a faction has in its Tier 1 arsenal.
Yeah, I mean, HamDuck basically can do anything with this kind of build. You play defensively, he can push and use his Devastator to kind of back up his forces. I mean, Space Hulk is getting an Assault Squad himself, so we might have to worry about just getting unnecessary kind of model losses on the Dev if he's too aggressive with it. But I think if he uses it properly, he might be able to power harass Space Hulk here pretty soon.
Yeah, he'll have to win a nice engagement to be able to do that. But in the meantime, he's capping up the entire map, and that's going to translate into a huge resource lead as we hit like the Tier 2 phase.
Yeah, and he's got scout shotguns. I mean, it's not that big a deal right now, but with those Assault Space Marine squads out from Space Hulk, if he gets off a really nice clutch kind of shotgun, he might get a couple of model picks on the Assault Squad.
Oh yeah, that's very true. But also of important to note is Space Hulk has an entire gen farm, while HamDuck's down to 1 right now.
But Space Hulk does, or HamDuck does have these kind of auxiliary power nodes. They're not noted yet, but it still adds a little bit of power income for him.
Yeah, and he's only getting 15 less power than Space Hulk right now, so he's actually not doing that bad in terms of power.
Yeah, so Apothecary, he's got the Massive Crafted Bolter, so he has even more kind of crowd control, I would say. Maybe stop these Assault Space Marine squads. And the Force Commander if he doesn't have his Iron Halo up.
Yeah. And more importantly, he's also going to be able to kite with his Apothecary now and keep him out of the front line of engagements.
Yeah, like I said earlier, he just needs to keep him just close enough to have this little, like, heal over time aura, and that's pretty much it. He doesn't really need to get into melee at all.
Yeah. And we see Space Hulk going very bold here, trying to take out this Devastator from the building, and we'll see if it works out for him.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to. Those attacks need to get out of there. They don't want to lose any unnecessary models. Unable to really do any damage to the Devastators in the building. Space Hulk's Assault Space Marine is kind of jumping out of there. Didn't want to take any losses. Force Commander getting pushed off as well by that Devastator in the building. Just being a real nuisance, man.
Yeah, thorn in the side, man.
Yeah.
Can't do anything about that till Tier 2.
Yeah, really. I mean, that's such like a good position for a Devastator. It's ridiculous. Like, he had to like really try to push with those attacks, and it was unsuccessful. Luckily, he didn't lose any models, but he does have to kind of chill in his base and wait for those attacks to heal before he can really use them again.
Yeah, that is very true. And this is also just a hallmark of great SM play. We're seeing very few to none in terms of model losses on both sides. So I really got to commend both players for how they're playing.
Yeah, they're really sticking it out, using every one of their squads to the max, like full potential. And wow, HamDuck just has massive map control right now. That engagement really just set him ahead of Space Hulk.
Yeah. Space Hulk invested a lot of his squads into that push, and when it didn't work out, even though he didn't lose models, he still lost his ability to push anywhere on the map.
But I mean, Space Hulk does have a lot of float. He can go Tier 2 right now. And he looks like he's probably going to be able to win this engagement here up top. Maybe if he can keep those tactical Marines on the field a little longer, get some map control back. Yeah, so both players go in Tier 2.
Yeah, and I'm a little worried for Space Hulk because part of what his build's advantage versus HamDuck's build is that he was able to get up power quicker and get a bash off, but he didn't go immediately to Tier 2 when he had the resources. So they're actually going to Tier 2 at almost essentially the same time. So that's not going to translate into a quicker Razorback. It's going to just be about the same for them.
Yeah, that's true.
Little mistake that ends up having big repercussions, I'm going to expect.
But I mean, Tier 2 is definitely a Force Commander heavy tier, I think. He can get the fist, he can get the hammer if he wants to, and just really put the hurt on the HamDuck's Space Marine models. I don't know.
That is very true.
I mean, what do you think? I don't know. Space Hulk's tier 2 choice would be. Do you think just Librarian? I don't know.
I'd like to see a Razorback, to be honest. Because of HamDuck's forces, that Devastator is critical. Yeah. Because if he gets a Razorback, HamDuck has the choice of either keeping it as a... Yeah. So he has to choose whether he turns that into a las cannon and loses the ability to crowd control the Force Commander, or leaving it as a bolter and risking that Razorback doing.
Yeah, that's a really good
damage.
point. I mean, he would like that Razorback to kind of just have free reign, but he'd also like his Force Commander to be able to not get tied up by that Dev and to kind of just like get rid of it. Like turning it into laser, you can't turn it back, so it's just one less thing to worry about. Even if he like kind of suicides the Razorback later on in the match.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think Razorback is a good choice. I'd like to see him go Razorback and maybe Librarian combo.
That would
Maybe
be
a
awesome.
strong tier 2 I think is really good in SM mirrors. Just so much is like available to you to kind of screw the other player. So
Oh yeah.
really kind of look forward to it.
So if you're HamDuck right now, do you upgrade that Dev, or you try and soft counter down that Razorback with, say, like missiles or something like that?
Well, I mean, Space Hulk doesn't really have anything like he doesn't have a Dev himself that like can really back up the Razorback. So I would kind of go missile attack and then back up my own attacks with the Devastator. Because the missile attack can just like chase the Razorback and it's not even gonna like make a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
Or it's not gonna be a big deal, yeah. And you know you can always go Melta on the Assault Marines as well. So I don't think he really needs to convert that deck.
And we see that Razorback already poking out and being annoying.
Yeah, and there you go. HamDuck is getting the rocket launcher. He still hasn't gotten the Melta Bomb on the Assault Squad. Oh, there it goes. And Space Hulk does go for the Librarian, so I really like the choices these players have made. They're kind of doing it exactly kind of how you need to.
Yeah.
And,
definitely making the most of it.
HamDuck is moving up this Devastator. He's not going to be able to catch this Assault Squad, kind of.
Yeah. That was a bold jump by Space Hulk, and he kind of spent his Assault Squad's health without really achieving anything.
Yeah.
And that basically gives HamDuck free reign over his gens. Although he's gotta back up this. Oh no!
Yeah, no, that's done. That's Dunzo, man, just barely.
Dunzo.
Yeah.
Boom, and that's absolutely critical. That's a huge investment down the drain, and for essentially free.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not the end of the world. It's just a Razorback. He still has Assault Squad. He can take out this Dev, and he has this Librarian still. So that's really what's important. And he has this Force Commander. He can upgrade it to have a Fist or a Hammer right now, and it'd be really nice.
Yeah. At this point, I'd love to see a teleporter pack out of him as well.
Yeah.
But that's just personal preference.
He's got to watch out. This Assault Squad's getting pretty low. Down to 2 models.
They'll get out, but it's a costly retreat.
Got it. There you go. Force Commander is going for the Force Hammer. Yeah, nice smite there from HamDuck.
Yeah. Smite's flying everywhere.
Everywhere. Yeah. These attacks retreating with 2 models.
Yeah.
Just big engagement here in the kind of late or kind of mid tier 2. But geez, there's Space Hulk is throwing units at him. Jump those Assault Marines with two units in.
Jesus.
Force Commander's getting some model kills over here.
Yeah.
With his little
He also managed to pick off the Sergeant for HamDuck's Assault Squad, so that's a big drain.
Let's see, where is that Librarian? He's not upgraded. Wait, never mind. I was gonna say he couldn't give the Force Commander speed, but I guess he could.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. He got an extra, just that extra model kill. And this is exactly where the Force Commander kind of shows his stuff, just in combination with this Librarian in Tier 2, just getting free model picks just left and right. That's what he needs to be doing.
Yeah. I mean, you just Veil of Time that Force Commander and get those ASMs on the Devastator, and it's gonna be a field day for him.
Yeah, I mean, especially he's rocking Sprint. Oh wait, no, he's not. He's got Artificial Armor, not the other one.
You lied to me.
I lied,
Steve.
but he has Iron Halo. I was gonna say he has a lot of survivability and speed, but he has survivability. There you go.
There we go.
Assault Marine's going in on that Devastator. Force Commander going straight for the Apothecary. It's like, is he gonna do his little shout? I mean, chain knockdown Apothecary? Maybe not.
Nah.
Yeah, HamDuck forcing Space Hulk's Assault Marines off with a really good smite. That Force Commander has to be careful, though.
Yeah, he does. He's gonna have to get out of there soon. And just great job by HamDuck holding that smite for those ASM jumps.
Yeah.
So he's basically counter pushing against those ASM when they jump in, and it's really awesome. Ooh, and this Force Commander is very, very low.
Melee
if he
tax?
melees with those taps.
No.
Oh.
Tax needed a couple melee hits off. Oh no, he goes for the scout squad for just like a second. Barely misses it. Space Hulk's gonna get out with the hero intact. Still no hero kills really from either player. Ooh, but
These scouts.
Yeah, he does get the scout. Yeah, nice.
Yeah. Nicely done, nicely done.
Let's see, Flame attack Marines from Space Hulk going on HamDuck's natural power.
Yeah. But he can just spend this dev and take care of it if he wants to. Or the dev can just keep walking. That works too.
Yeah, big engagement here still happening at Space Hulk's base. Oh, just smites going off left and right. Assault Marines going down to 2 models. That Force Commander's still in the fray though. Activates his special, knocking down these Assault Space Marine squads. Librarian gets out. Mission accomplished, kinda.
Kinda, sorta, but at the same time, Space Hulk hasn't won an engagement in a while, and he's just getting pushed back.
Yeah. Ooh, a nice Angels of Death there. Saves a Assault Space Marine model from that Force Commander, so I guess it's kind of worth it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and what's that I see in the build queue, Steve?
Oh, shit. Dreadnought, bro.
Oh, shit.
Dreadnought. Yeah, dude, just going mad tier 2 in the Space Marine mirror is basically what you have to do. There's not really much in tier 3 you can do that you haven't already done in tier 2. I don't know. It just
when games are super close like this, that Dreadnought, though, is just like,
it's just hard to keep track of all these smites, man. They're so, like, they just own. They're so good. Like, I don't know any Space Marine mirror I wouldn't recommend going Librarian.
Yeah, and it just does such good damage to the heavy armor type. So it's almost a no-brainer.
So HamDuck taking Space Hulk's power farm all the way down, uncapping this Space Hulk's natural wreck, getting these scouts really low, might even finish it. A nice melee sync kill by the attack sergeant.
Like a boss.
Yeah, Space Hulk does have 2 VPs. HamDuck though does kind of have the midfield, and he's throwing this Dreadnought into the fray. And he has.
And what I'm interested to see is Space Hulk is going tier 3. I was going to see if he was going to go for a Dreadnought of his own, because that would be pretty boss.
Maybe, yeah. He goes for the Dev instead. I mean, that's a really good choice. I think it's his kind of only hope here.
Yeah.
He needs to kind of really just gank that Dread and get some map control back.
Yeah, it's all going to come down to whether he can gank this Dread, because if HamDuck keeps that alive, it's GG. But in order to gank that Dread, Space Hulk is upgrading the Power Fist. I'm assuming he's going to grab a las cannon on that Dev.
Yep, there he
and
goes.
I mean, Veil of Time, it can happen.
It can happen, yeah. I definitely have some faith in him, man. He's a good player. If anyone can do it, he can.
Yeah.
So let's see. Dreadnought kind of just moseying on over here. Gets hit by one las shot, but let's see if this Assault Space Marine squad can push that las off.
Here they come.
Ooh, he did the nice Merciless Strike, knocking them down, unsetting them up and stuff. It was nice.
Yeah, but they're going to have to get out of there very soon. And by very soon, I mean not soon, because of the Apothecary.
Yeah, Force Commander and Libby kind of doing a number on these guys. Ooh, and Force Commander does Flesh over Steel, stunning the Dreadnought, but nothing backing him up. If only that Devastator was set up in range. He's kind of just chilling over behind that Razorback corpse.
Yeah, and that Dreadnought's back on the field now, and that Force Commander's days are numbered.
Yeah, he needs to get out. Yeah, especially backed up by this Devastator. HamDuck just really using that Dev. I'm surprised he hasn't lost it yet, to be honest. He's still keeping it vanilla, too.
Yeah. Great play by him. Great play and great decision making.
Oh, yeah. GG from Space Hulk. Wow.
There we go.
There we go, dude. Won a really great Space Marine mirror match. It really, there wasn't really any mistakes, really. It's just kind of just a tier 2, brawl, basically, is what this game kind of turned out to be.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it would have been nice to keep that Razorback alive, but other than that, it was very, very close. Game of inches.
Yeah, and I mean, the Razorback kind of was, maybe wasn't the best idea. But I mean, he did go Razorback and Libby. If maybe if say HamDuck went Razorback, I think it would have been a better call since he did have that that Devastator to kind of back him up. But yeah, I really thought Space Hulk was gonna have the advantage there in Tier 2 with the Force Commander power weapons, especially combined with the Librarian he had. But yeah, HamDuck just pulled it out, was able to gank that Razorback and keep the pressure on. So yeah, grats to him, man.
Yeah, very grats to him. And I mean, like, Space Hulk just fell apart there a little bit. The power of a Razorback is when you keep it alive and keep it as a thorn in your opponent's side. And when it just dies immediately, it's a complete waste of money, and it forfeits initiative.
Yep. Alright, well, this is Budcast, episode 15. I'm Steve Bud, and with me again today is Black Bud. Thanks for watching, everyone. Yeah, so take it easy.
Later, Buds.
Bud's out.
Buds out.